Milton Williams just signed the largest annual contract in the history of the New England Patriots, which is kind of crazy to think about considering Tom Brady played there for 20 years, but it happened. And that sparked a lot of discussion about whether he was overpaid or whether it was a good signing. And as I've talked about in previous videos, I'm not going to go over contracts and salary cap. I'll leave that to the smart people. What I want to do is hop in the film room and take a look at just what kind of player Milton Williams is. Let's just start off by talking about his pass rush ability, because that's the reason why he got paid so much money. He had the second highest pressure rate for all interior defensive linemen this year. And something that stood out to me is just how smooth he is with some of these pass rush moves. Look how he controls the hands here and then brings his left arm all the way under and through and completely beats the guard. Some of these moves are really a thing of beauty. I almost want to play opera music behind it because it's such a work of art. And along with the good hand fighting and the cool pass rush moves like the dips and the rips and the drags, he also can just do what you normally want an interior defensive lineman to do, and that's get your hands inside, use your leverage, and drive that lineman right into the quarterback's lap. And people will argue that he benefited from the talent around him, and of course I agree, but I also don't want to take credit away from a guy just because there was good players around him. Because there was times in the Super Bowl where the Chiefs decided to double him instead of Jalen Carter, and he still made plays happen. I think he's just a really good interior defensive lineman, especially in the pass rush. And when you put Jalen Carter next to him, he becomes even more dangerous. Just look how they had these two offensive linemen hugging each other in the middle of the play. But he's not going to have his partner in crime next year, and he's going to have to play a lot bigger of a role because he only played about 50% of the snaps last year, and only a third of those came on rundowns. And if you're getting paid like a top 3 defensive tackle in the NFL, you got to play a lot more than 50% of the snaps, and you got to be able to stop the run too. And I found it interesting that PFF had him rated as a below average run stopper because looking through the film, I didn't see a lot of glaring mistakes. I found this play against the Packers where he actually beats the guard very well, but then misses the tackle in the backfield. But to me, that's not a huge deal. Missed tackles can be fixed. And I actually found a few examples of him playing really well against the run, getting penetration and making the play. And he's also just a hustle player. Watch how he pursues from the other side of the formation and makes the tackle 15 yards down the field on the opposite sideline. So I think that PFF grade might just be a factor of him not being on the field all that often during run plays. But when he is on the field, I think he has the ability to be a great run stopper. And on that note, we should consider the words of the great philosopher Jaelius Hertzikis. Just because he didn't doesn't mean he can't. And in all seriousness, we should take those words into account before judging whether we think he was overpaid or not, because we really won't know until next season. But the Patriots are getting a great football player, and I can't wait to see if he can step into that bigger role and have a bigger impact on the game, but we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying the videos, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see a certain player or team, put that down in the comments, and I'll get to it. See you next time.